powerful knight who have a curse. Kill him in just one hit, and then a grown man is literally trying to murder him.
Hello and welcome to WedNESday. This week we'll be looking at Donkey Kong Jr. This is a short game. This is a weird game. This is a short, weird game.
First off, the weird. Mario is the villain! I am so surprised they re-released this game. I mean, in 1982. Whatever, that's Jumpman, it's a blank slate IP. Heck, it's a cool premise to have your hero of the last game be the villain. But straight up, this dude is a monster! Capture a father, put him in a cage that is tiny compared to his size. His son wants his daddy back, so you know what he does? He whips crocodiles and condors into compliance to kill the kid. Look, when I die in this game, Donkey Kong Jr. is crying as his body falls over 30 feet into the water. What the flip, Mario? I'm just thinking that with how fleshed out and lovable Mario is nowadays, Nintendo would say, hey, you remember when Mario was a complete and utter monster character? Yeah, we should probably hide that from the masses. We need to take down all statues of Mario and our shameful heritage. Second thing about this game, it is hard. It took me 4.5 times longer to beat this game than it did the original Donkey Kong. Granted, Donkey Kong only took me 2 minutes to beat, so this one took me 9 minutes to beat. And it all comes down to level 2. I played this game maybe 6 times. That's about 18 lives. I lost 3 of those lives on level 1. On level 3, I lost 0 lives. And on level 4, I also lost 0 lives. That means that I lost 15 of my lives on level 2. So, with not that much to talk about with this game, I'll just talk about the individual levels. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and skip level 2 and just save that beloved level for very last. Level 1 is great. It teaches you all of the mechanics and has decent challenge. So there's all these vines. You need to jump up and climb them to get to your dad. And here's the cool thing. Junior here is so slow. Heck, he's so slow that when he's climbing, he's depressed. However, if you reach over and grab a second vine, you can just fly up these vines. Look at that smile! He hardly even remembers that his father's been kidnapped and that a grown man is literally trying to murder him. This first level has lots of points where the vines are close enough that you can teach yourself this fun ability. It's fun. The crocodiles are a little bit threatening, but they can be dealt with. After you make your way up to your dad, you move on to level 2. But I'll come back to that. Right now, I'm going to talk about level 3! Level 3 is a tense level. There are these platforms and a lot of electrical enemies. This level is probably the most similar to the original Donkey Kong. You see, you need to jump enemies to survive. You can only go up on the left and right sides of the screen, and there are these pseudo ladders where the electricity can come down. All in all, it is a great level, but it all comes down to player skill and not bullcrap cheap difficulty. Don't worry, we're coming level 2. And the last level. It tasks you with proving that you've learned all the mechanics that they've taught you thus far. Oh, it's pretty great. So there are all these chains, and there are lots of birds and crocodiles. You can move around pretty freely, but it's also pretty tough. Your goal is to take all of these keys and move them to the top of the stage. And best of all, you can take 2 at a time with the double vine trick. Also, I really like how climbing with 2 vines is really fast, but if you're only holding 1 vine, that's how you can get down to the bottom of the screen really quickly. So, after you plug all of the keys into the top, Mario falls to his death. DK is set free and Junior is the hero. And then you repeat all of the levels over again until you get to level 2 and lose all of your lives. Oh yes, level 2. What a poorly designed and buggy, unfair piece of garbage. I lost so many lives here, and with how well I did on the other levels, I think I can make a case that it's really not my fault. Alright, so I'm just gonna walk through the level and mention all the fun ways that our buddy Donkey Kong Jr. can die. Alright, 1 second into this level is this spring. What a worthless piece of trash! Now, you can use it to jump over to this plot of land, or you can miss it and fall to your death. You need to land so precisely on this thing. Another thing that's actually pretty cool is that if you time everything just right, you can actually shave a few seconds off of your time. Or, if just one of your pixels lands above the platform, you can fall off and die instantly.
What?
I don't get it, man. I mean, if you miss the platform, that is technically a further fall, and that doesn't kill you. But if you even graze this thing and then happen to fall off, you die. Next off is this platform. It's fine. These vines are fine. Heck, this enemy that comes down and throws eggs at you, it's also fine since it's pretty dodgeable. But what is not fine, however, is this vine. First off, it's moving. Second off, it moves the same speed as you. Third off, there is no indication of when it turns around. So, if you do not jump at the perfect, precise time, you die. Next is a little platform. You can land on it, but you see, these moving vines, they can be a little tricky because sometimes they can retract into nothingness. Alright, you made it to this vine. Sweet. Now let's use that awesome two-handed technique to grab onto this next vine.
Wait, no. I was touching that. I know I was touching it. Roll back. I knew it. I was touching that. This level. This level. It gets to you, man. It gets in your brain and starts crawling around.
Okay, so you've made it past that. Great. Now, you're going towards the birds, which, as a concept, I love. Just make sure they're not in your way, and then you start moving right here. However, the problem comes once you're in this little area. You see, once you're here, the player is no longer in control of their own destiny. They will be at the mercy of the next bird. So you get to this point, and you wait. And then the bird dive bombs. If it decides to turn left where you are, well, you're dead. Little Donkey Kong cannot move quickly enough to get out of the way of this bird. So cheap. But if you make it past that bird, you are not out of the woodshed yet. There is still one more obstacle. You have made it past every single counterintuitive design choice yet. Let's run and set Dad free. You see these birds? Okay, so on level 1, you can jump over the crocodiles. In the original Donkey Kong, you can hop over these barrels. On level 3, you can jump over the electricity. But here, you cannot jump over the birds. If a bird does come at you, you can grab this vine, but you have every single reason to think that jumping over the birds can be safe. Guess what? It's not. But if you can make it past the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of problems I just described, well, boom, you save your daddy and you're a millionaire!
So that's Donkey Kong Jr. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at Star Tropics. I've never even heard of Star Tropics. See you then.